I am a huge fan of the shifting atmosphere and Sozo tools because it has actually helped me battle my own fears. Like, I used to deal with anxiety for days at a time, the kind that makes you feel really like uncomfortable and kind of like you're being tortured, honestly. And so I actually started to use the tools in my own life, and I have seen incredible breakthrough. Like, I do deal with fear sometimes, but I'm able to take the tools still and declare the truths over myself and, forgive people, release things. And eventually I get to finding the root of it and able to just work with God and pull it right out. And so when I actually heard that these tools were being put in an app, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. It's awesome, because not only will it help me in moments where I'm like, I don't know where to go with this, it's also going to help you. It's going to help so many people around the world. So I'm so excited that you chose to get this app and that you are about to dive into this. It's so amazing. So I actually wanted to share a few things that I enjoyed in the app and a few features that I like, and just give you a little insight about what it is as a user of the app. So one thing I want to say, this app is great if you deal with fear. Now, I also want to say, we think fear is like, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of spiders, I don't like heights, or I have anxiety, or, I'm afraid of the future. Those things are fear, but there are also other signs of fear, like control, apathy, there's depression is a sign of fear, and there's a few others too that represent a type of fear. And so if you're feeling any of those things, this is going to be really helpful for you. Another thing is, as you go into the app, you'll have questions. It'll start off as easy as a question as, do you struggle with fear? And it'll give you examples of fears like I gave you just now. And you say yes, and then it'll lead you to another question, and you say yes or no, and you just keep saying yes and no, and it will lead you through the app. It'll just guide you. So it's so great that this is something that we're all able to access instead of having to wait weeks at a time for, a counsel session or a Sozo session. You have it on your phone. You're like, oh my gosh, what's going on, God? And you're just feeling like you can't hear anything, so you just answer the questions on the app, and it's wonderful. So another thing about the app that I really love is actually you can save your notes in the app. So there'll be boxes inside the app where they'll say type here, document here, record here, and you just type in that little box and it will save automatically to the app. And also you can email it to yourself. So at the end of the questions, it'll ask you, do you want to email? And you can say yes. So I want to tell you, if you do delete this app, it will delete your notes. So I recommend you email them to yourself too, and you can put them in a folder in your email, but it's great to have them in the app because you can just go onto the app, look at your old notes, and it's amazing. Also, I just love how in the app, I actually just used the app yesterday, to be honest with you, because I was just dealing with some fears and I couldn't shake it with the tools that I even know. I know these tools, but sometimes it's just easier if someone just guides you because your mind's not quite there when you're afraid. You're not quite being yourself. So I went on the app finally. I was like, I'm going to use this again. And I just went through the questions. I even went into different sections. I went to the fear of conflict. I went to the fear of failure, different fears that they have. I was like, I'm going to see if that's it. And it took me all the way to the very last one. It'll take you to lots of fears, even the fear that you don't know what it is. That is exactly what I went to. When I went to that one is when I felt peace again. And I was just like, thank you, Jesus. Played some worship, took a bath. It was great. So I just wanted to share those few features, and I'm sure you'll discover more things that you enjoy and discover more about the app. And obviously, if you have questions, there will be a way that you can contact, or if you have any feedback, always write a review. Let us know. This is for you. So we want to know these things. So yeah, those are just a few features that I enjoy, and I hope you enjoy it too, and I'm sure you will, because you're going to enjoy overcoming fears and shifting your atmosphere. So, because shift happens, right?